Hey, Mooney here. So, the Orient, the first episode just dropped, and this is basically a first impressions on it and a review, if you could call it that. So, what's the basic premise of Orient? Orient is set on a fictional version of the warring states of Japan. It's called the country of Hinamoto, which is basically what's Japan is called, I think. It's basically that. So it's set on a fictional version during that time period, and basically aliens, if you could call them that, they are called Kishin here, or demons, came to Earth, or maybe just Japan, you never know these things, and colonized the country. And I think this is kind of also like, it's implying, not implying, it's kind of like a social commentary, or a take on the whole isolation era of Japan, and how the Americans and everyone came and forced them to trade with them. I'm guessing there are some parallels to actual events, and that's what I took from it. Anyways, basically, the Kishin came and colonized the country and made all of the people who are there basically like slaves and workers, and brainwashed them over 150 years. Like there's a time skip, not a big time skip. Basically, we get shown the first time the Kishin came, and then we jump into the future, 150 years into the future, and see the consequences of basically the arrival of the Kishin to the land of basically to Japan. I'm calling it Japan, and there are when they arrived, only certain people stood up to the Kishin, and they are the generals of the warring states. Some of them died, some of them folded, some of them conceded. They basically had to fight. Some had to fight, and those people were named the Bushi. Or I'm basically guessing the Bushi word is taken from Bushido, or the warrior way, and Bushi's mean or Bushi means warrior. I'm guessing it's taken from that. Anyways, that's basically the premise. As for the story, I just have to be honest here. The animation is so bad, the directing is so bad, the setting is interesting, the story is interesting, not that interesting, just a bit interesting. The characters are generic so far, but why did I give this a try, and why am I making a video on it? I'm making a video on it not because the anime is great or the story is great or anything. It's just because it's from the same author of Magi. If you watched Magi, or if you've read Magi, The Labyrinth of Magic, then you'd know that the writing, the art, and everything in Magi is just masterful. It's a masterpiece. Magi, in my opinion, is a shonen masterpiece, and for that reason I decided to give this a try. And from the looks of it, this looks generic. It just looks generic, and from what I've been told, the story is generic, but it does it well. And I just don't see this becoming a thing, like a big thing, because the animation is not good, the directing is not good, the sound design is terrible, to say the least. The music is erratic as fuck. The music made me confused. This is the first time in my life that I've seen a music in an anime this bad. Anyways, the story has to carry this anime, or it will flop. This is just an unfortunate thing to happen to the author of Magi, to basically to have their work adapted into a mediocre adaptation to just make money off of the manga, to basically advertise the manga and make money off of the manga and off of this IP. This is just sad. I don't even want to get into the episode. This is basically the first impressions I have of it. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's just sad as well. I'm willing to give it the 3 episode time span, and I'm giving it that much. I'm watching 3 episodes, and I'm waiting to see if there is something that will change my first impressions on it, because first impressions are hard to change. So I have faith in the author of Magi, that they did a really good job in creating the story, and basically it had an anime adaptation. That means that there is an interest from people in Japan to get this anime adapted, to get this story adapted into an anime. So I'm guessing that the story is good. So if the anime continues to be this bad, I am going to read the manga, because I really love the author of Magi, and I really trust them. And I'm guessing that the story is way better in the manga than it is in the anime. Do I really have to go into the episode? I just said my first impressions. Basically, the episode is about Musashi and Kojiro, who are the main characters of this story. Musashi is basically one of them brainwashed civilians. He's not brainwashed, but he is integrated into that society. He's working as a miner, and the miners are the people who are basically brainwashed to think that their dreams is to become miners, and basically serve the Kishin. And the Kishin have become like a deity to the people of Japan, and this is sad. Basically, they brainwashed them to worship the Kishin, and the dreams of everyone in the city that we've seen, they all dream, or they all have this outlook that they have to serve the Kishin. They have to basically be enslaved by the Kishin. And then obviously when they see this, that the Kishin are the bad guys, they are the demons and everything, they are obviously shook, as you'd expect. And everything about the civilians is just annoying. Like the class which Musashi was in, the students in that class, they are fucking annoying. Oh, let's serve the demon masters and whatnot. It's just annoying. Their whole existence is annoying. And also the Kojiro, because he's a descendant of the Bushi. The Kishin implemented some rules to discriminate against descendants of Bushi, so he's being discriminated against, which is very sad to see. If there is a solace in this anime, it is Kojiro. I really loved his character. I really loved how he looked at everything. Musashi is generic, but I can see him developing. Basically that's the whole episode. And the names Musashi and Kojiro are from famous or really legendary and well-known samurai. And so yeah, this is basically my whole take and first impressions of this anime. I'm giving it the 3 episode span, and I'm going to see if it gets good or not, because it's from the author of Magi. Yeah, that's basically it. If you liked the video, give me a like. If you dislike the video, give it a dislike. That's okay. Subscribe for more content. I'm not sure if I'm going to review Orient, so if you're interested in Orient and you think that I'm going to review it weekly, If it gets good, I'm going to review it. Otherwise, I'm just waiting patiently here and cautiously, basically waiting for anything to happen. Yeah, that's it. Bye.